All right, all right. What's the happening, peoples? We are back with another Extran Yes, I just made that word up. We're back. MAP Technologies Podcast. As always, tis I, one of your main hosties, King Gardamus. And I think I'm going to refrain today in giving a certain someone that grand tabulous
Hey
intro
everyone,
that I
it's
give
Dark Horse. What's up?
yeah, just regular Dark Horse today. How are you?
Yeah. Dark's already in the name, man. You don't have to
It's implied.
you don't have to go ham.
Okay.
And he's hung like a horse, by the way.
Hey, I didn't say
it. And who's that taking a sippy sip? Who's that sippy? Who that sippy?
It's your boy Jay Infinity, aka
Yeah.
Mr. Oh No.
Yeah, Mr. Oh No. How are you, sir?
I'm good.
Good. And last but not least, with the world championship belt in the background, you already know who it is.
We coming for you.
We're coming just for you.
Period. End of sentence.
Yeah. We're not finishing that. We want to retain all of our people because we love them all.
Charm City Champ.
Tom City Champ. Yes. So give us the rundown. You have a special show for us today. So tell the people what it is.
Yeah, man. We wanted to shake things up this episode and get some fan participation in this one. So this one is going to be a special episode called Game Shark Tank. But we'll get to
Game
that.
Shark Tank or Game Shark Tank?
Game Shark. You get the pun. Heavily implied. But first, JB has some news to tell us about the Smash World Tour.
Yeah. So since I guess it was a slow week in gaming news, so I was like, hey, the Smash World Tour started, which is the first official world circuit for Smash Brothers since MLG in like 2006. This is not backed by Nintendo, and it's run by VG Bootcamp and Super Smash Con, but it is a world tour. We have these regional qualifier events right now. Because of COVID, the regional qualifiers are still online. We just had the Mexico qualifier this past weekend. And from each region, 16 players make it to the next phase, where they will play in person. And that will narrow it down to 32 total people, which will then go to the finals. This is a big deal, not just because it's a world circuit and people have been waiting for this forever, but also because of the money involved. In phase 2 at the regional championship, there are $60,000 on the line between Ultimate and Melee. And then in the finals, where the top 32 go, the prize pool is at a combined $150,000. So there's a lot of money involved, which is new. You have like big tournaments like Evo and stuff, and there's not that much money in it. The other fighting games like Tekken and Street Fighter and stuff, their big money is not in Evo, but in their own events like Capcom Cup and Tekken World Tour and stuff like that. So we're seeing something similar with Smash. The big difference is it's not backed by the actual developer. But it's pretty cool. We're having streams every weekend until June, pretty much. All these qualifiers. So we just had Mexico. This weekend is the Oceania, however you pronounce Oceania,
Oceania
qualifier. Which there's an I in there. You just not say it? I don't know.
You don't. Yeah, I used to live down there.
It's silent.
Used to live down there in the ocean. That event is this weekend, which will be really fun for me because the stream starts at 9 p.m. Eastern on Saturday, and it goes until 8 in the morning on Sunday. So I might have to swing by and pick up some of those Red Bulls. But yeah, pretty cool. Streams are on VG Bootcamp. there are English, Spanish, and Japanese streams.
Yeah.
So the English and Japanese streams are going to VG Bootcamp YouTubes, and the Spanish one is going to Smash Factor. And if you speak a different language, then sorry.
Learn to read.
Those are the 3 we've got. Yeah, it's pretty cool. Pretty cool. Melee is not doing online qualifiers since the player pool is so much smaller compared to Ultimate. They're actually 16 people are being voted in from each region from like a community panel. So instead of actually playing, they're doing it that way. Smaller community, it's actually a lot easier to do it this way. And it's a lot more reasonable than pulling from like, you know, a pool of like 2,000 people and saying, you know what, you 16, you're good. A little different. But pretty cool. And yeah, that's the news in Smash, at least until the next character comes out.
That's interesting, man. So what do you think is keeping the prize pools from getting like to the levels of, I don't know, let's say
I mean, the money comes from in these other events, right? The money comes from developers and sponsors. Nintendo doesn't put any money in, like ever. Even when you see an event that has, you know, the Nintendo branding on it, Nintendo's not giving them money. They are allowing them to broadcast their game. And saying we won't come after you for it. Like they don't give anything.
Wow.
So that's a good thing to know if you're ever watching, you know, a stream like that, except for like maybe the Splatoon tournaments, because Nintendo is like actually pushing those. But as far as Smash goes, yeah, no. And then a lot of these events, yeah, they get some sponsors, like, you know, the Cup Noodles and Geico and some bigger sponsors. But most of that sponsor money doesn't go into the prize pool; it goes into the event. So that's just how a lot of these events are run. They're run on like a really tight budget, and the sponsor money is what's like making the event happen sometimes.
Yeah.
So that's why it doesn't go into the prize pool.
Yeah, man. Well, I'm happy for Smash people. I'm happy for the hardcore Smash community.
Yeah, it's pretty cool, and getting to showcase all of these regions on, like, you know, the major channels for Smash Brothers is pretty cool. Like, I cannot name a single player from that region this weekend. Like, I don't know anyone that like anyone in like the Philippines or like, I don't know, and that's coming from someone that has watched thousands and uploaded thousands of matches to YouTube, like, since the game has come out. I don't know anyone from that region. So it should be cool.
Hell yeah, man.
All right, I'm back with you guys. I'm sorry, I had to finish.
Mike's like, can you repeat that real quick?
You didn't have you didn't have to reveal that you were gone. You could
like the kid that the end of class, they wake up, they're like, what did I miss?
What did I miss? It was a class today? Who am I?
What did I miss? The class.
I almost got away with it if it wasn't for me.
It wasn't for you.
It wasn't for me.
But on to the main reason why we're all here. Game Shark Tank.
Game Shark Tank. Shark Tank of a game.
Shark Tank.
Game Shark Tank.
Tang tung tang.
No.
Not that.
So basically what happened is, like I said, I reached out to the community and got 8 different pitches for 8 different games that do not exist yet.
All right.
And y'all 3 are going to be the rich entrepreneurial panel.
Yeah, this is most definitely fake because you said rich. So
hypothetically.
Yeah, we know this is a hunk of shit.
For the purposes of today.
Wait, do we get, like, are there graphics for us to look at?
Game Shark. No. I'm not prepared for all that. I didn't have them.
I didn't know if the community submitted graphics. I didn't like some box art or something. That would have been great.
I didn't have them prepare like a presentation or anything. They just wrote as in depth of a description of their game that they could. We're gonna fill in the blanks where we can. And basically how it's gonna work is each of you can buy a maximum of 2 games.
Okay.
So once you buy 2 games, you can no longer buy any more. So now, like, if some better game comes along later, you're still screwed.
Because I done spent all my money.
You didn't spend all your money.
But you just said I was rich. Make up your mind.
You're rich, but you're frugal.
Okay. Yeah, this is definitely not me. So.
You're just not liquid enough. That's all.
Right, exactly. Your money's tied up in GameStop.
Okay.
But
this is the way.
so also I want to emphasize that you guys are like, you aren't gamers in the sense of this scenario. You are businessmen. You are basically EA. You're looking for
microtransactions.
You're looking for the cash grab.
Yeah. Which one has microtransactions?
You're looking for the cash trap. So don't look at it from purely I'm a fan of this genre. You want to pick the games that like, oh, this
will
is
do well.
This is it, right? Without further ado, let's go into game number 1. This one is from Discord. 8-bit of fun is the person's name, not the name of the game.
Oh.
8-bit. Next. No.
Next.
This is a game mixed between Sims and XCOM about the government responding to different pandemics like hurricanes, pandemic, floods, tornadoes, and you have to make crucial decisions while handling a budget. And he wants the game to be called Homeland.
So it's Sim City, but with Sims.
That's what I was about to say.
So it sounds like he says Sims, which I think he did mean Sim City, not Sims, and XCOM. So it sounds like he wants that city management, but he also wants it to kind of be an RTS as well.
Okay.
I mean, it's pretty niche thing you're going for here. Like Sim City was pretty popular,
right?
In general,
mm-hmm.
Sims is really popular,
right?
I was like, I thought he was going for that, but yeah, Sim City plus RTS. Is this going to be something that is competitive? Like, you're going to be able to compete against other people?
It could be.
Like, who handles the disaster the best, kind of thing. I don't know.
So I will say that the RTS genre has like made an resurgence lately. Like XCOM is still massively popular. You got games like Gears Tactics, and so we might have, there might be something here.
I'm not feeling it. I don't think it has that like mass appeal.
Yeah. This probably would be like a super.
I'm sure there are a lot of people that would enjoy this game.
So we're saying everybody is passing on Homeland.
I'm a bit confused on like the XCOM aspect.
Like who would the squad?
Like how? Yeah, like are you gonna have a squad of like firefighters?
I think that's what's being implied. So he's saying that the government. This is about the government responding to different pandemics like hurricanes and floods and tornadoes. So I'm assuming on one side you are the frontline people, either rescuing victims or fighting whatever is happening. And then maybe in between those rounds, you now have to do the city management.
So like it has like troop management like these RTS games, but those troops are, like your firefighters, your first responders, all of that. And you're just having like random disasters thrown at you. And so like, there's like the building management like Sim City, but instead of like, if you need firefighters, just build a firehouse, you need to actually like make them go places and stuff. Again, like it seems like fun, but I don't really see how you can work in a multiplayer aspect. So that's where you're gonna lose a lot of the like staying power of it.
You freaking
it's the the idea being presented is too specific.
Yeah.
Like, and it doesn't make it for me. It just doesn't. Why don't you just do it like a disaster simulator? Why, throwing the XCOM aspect in there kind of like throws you for a curve. And you're like, okay, like, so how is that supposed to work? If it was just a disaster simulator, yeah, I get it, I got it. But given the description of the game as is, I'm gonna have to pass on that because I don't see where you can go with that. I don't.
Yeah, if a game isn't multiplayer, then it has to be some kind of like RPG adventure game. Like, I mean, you just have to look at like what is like wildly popular, right? If it's not multiplayer, it's usually one of these like RPG adventure games or like a puzzle game or something like that. But it's none of those.
Damn.
I just like, again, I think would it do well? Possibly. Is it going to be huge? No.
Damn.
Yeah, well, I just don't
Games
like
can still be fun and not wildly popular.
I agree.
But yeah, pass.
What were you saying, Godamus?
The Sims, you have to think too much, and I can barely take care of my life. So why would I want to take care of someone? The purpose of me playing a video game is for me not to think. I don't want to think about helping you out.
Mike comes back 2 weeks later. Sim is like crying in the bathtub.
When art imitates life.
Well, 8 bits of fun. It looks like your project did not get picked up. Don't worry, I'm gonna pick you up with the money that I find. If I find some money, we're going to work this out. The next one is very descriptive. He left a lot of room for interpretation. Black Angel 92 wants to make a zombie MMORPG.
Okay, you have my curiosity. Now you have my interest because you said the MMO. Okay.
No, that's
Speak.
I have nothing else. That's all he said. Zombie MMORPG.
So how does it work? Is it action? Is it tap targeting? Are we just where does it take place? God damn.
Is everybody a zombie?
Right. Yeah.
Because then what's the point? Like you can't pitch something and then leave 95% of it up for interpretation.
Right.
That's not how this works.
He's saying he's wide open. He doesn't really.
Well, you can't be wide open when you're pitching it.
No,
I mean, we're going through this problem right now. We just can't walk in like, give us some money. We're wide open to interpret whatever you want to put down on that application. I'll wait for the check. And I'll be like, okay, security, this guy is high. And just interpret it and just write out the check. I'll be waiting. Yeah.
So run it by me again.
It's just a zombie MMO.
Are there what? So there's two factions: the humans and the zombies. Like, what happens?
So, what is the thing?
Is this like an I Am Legend, the book, not the movie, kind of scenario where it's like we are all zombies and the humans are the bad guys and they're the raid bosses and stuff, and then slowly the zombies are taking over the world?
Hold on, that would kind of be cool, actually.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah,
read the book.
Maybe that's what he meant. That was totally translated well in the movie. What are you talking about?
That movie. Side note: that movie is excellent.
Yeah,
I like it a lot. Mm-hmm. But the only similarity it shares with the book is the title. I think the guy's name might be the same, also.
I think you're correct. I think the guy's name may be the same, but
like completely different, and they're both really good. It's so weird.
Why do I feel like this is like an anthem? This is how the anthem pitch meeting went.
He was like, all right, so hear me out.
You want a game with robots. We'll leave it up to your interpretation to figure it out. Just send us the check.
Fill in the rest.
Throw some microtransactions in it while he's leaving out.
But yeah, I mean, that's how this works in like I Am Legend, right? The vampires become the new society. They become like the new dominant society, and the humans are the bad guys. They're the boogeymen. They're the one that come and kill them in their sleep.
Mm-hmm.
It's it's this shift of who is the protagonist and who is the antagonist kind of thing. So you could do that with this MMO where again the main group of people, race, whatever you want to call them, are these zombies, and it's like all these scenarios they are going through to try and capture the world for themselves. And they're not like mindless, right?
Mm-hmm.
These zombies are engineers and all this other stuff too. I mean, yeah, you could make it work and it could be fun. My issue with funding an MMO is that WoW and Final Fantasy still exist.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and those are the
Where's the room? People that already play MMOs, you can't just also start playing another one.
Mm-hmm.
yeah. It's
You
easy.
have to switch,
Mm-hmm.
and that's a tough sell for a lot of people because of the time they put in and blah blah blah.
And 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 then you have to think of something like WoW has just become so embedded, and like WoW is a thing. Like there was a BlizzCon, there was like a thing where people come up and you have to somehow wedge your way into that. Like WoW was just a thing of its own. It's no longer just an MMO. It's a culture.
MMOs are just something I would never get involved in as far as putting a lot of money in and funding it and everything, because WoW still exists. And Final
Literally.
Fantasy still exists.
Literally, yeah. It's amazing the way Final Fantasy is kind of kept up. But I mean, look what they had to go through.
It's a completely different genre and everything.
Of course. Yeah.
So that helps, but yeah, I'm not. It's again, cool idea. Once I came up with it for you.
But let me just interject. Let's say this zombie MMORPG. Let's say we're not targeting the already established MMO fan base. What if we're trying to convert the zombie fan base to MMO players?
And it's, is it possible?
Mm.
Yeah, it's dicey. I might come back to this one. Assuming that they just listen to me and do everything I say. Let's say I need a controlling
a controlling stake in there.
I need an executive
controlling stake in this.
An executive producer to
I don't trust them.
Let's all right, so how about this? All the games that didn't get bought, we'll double back.
We'll come back to them,
Yeah. And if y'all still have room to buy stuff, we'll make a decision.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right, so zombie MMO, we're gonna put that on the table with Sims, XCOM, pandemic game.
That's under the table.
Homeland. This one actually kind of intrigued me. A lot of people like The Sims, but this guy said, well, I'm not gonna say guy. I don't know what gender this person is. Sailor Dream XOXO.
Okay.
They want a mix between The Sims and GTA. So they want to be able to say during they have to balance managing a family, managing a regular life, while also doing hood rat with your friends.
Okay.
Right. So instead of your sim just going off to work,
exactly,
you actually go and do the work
the
stuff.
hood rat stuff.
Yeah. So yeah. I think that was pretty intriguing because in GTA, you do all this stuff, and for the most part, there is no repercussion. There is no going home to a wife and having to tell her that you just banged a hooker in the alley, or
you can still not tell her.
So yeah, I think that's a cool. I'm not trying to sell it. It's not my game to sell, but
you're presenting it.
I
get
presenting it. Yeah, man.
Okay. All right. Like the way you pull that thing out. I think that is very doable. That's almost MMOS, because that sounds a little more meticulous than what you would have to do. Because GTA, you can kind of just hop in and hop out. If you're doing something that in depth, it's going to take a little more time. So that will eat up a little more time. So it's very much doable.
I mean, what did they ever GTA 6 a thing?
Not
5
yet.
is out.
5 is the last
Not
one.
yet. Okay, well
Yeah.
this would be GTA 6.
Mm-hmm.
Now if you want to kind of because if you're, it really is just going to be GTA 6.
Mm-hmm.
So you're gonna want to kind of find a way. You got to find a way to separate yourself a little bit so you don't run into any issues.
Well, Rockstar doesn't have like, they don't have
Yeah.
the open world crime simulator on lock. Like Saints Row was able to kind of
Yeah,
fit their way in. Games like Mafia,
Junior
not as
Mafia.
good, but
yeah. I mean, I think this would be good. I don't know if
Jay Infinity, you're a little quiet down there. Or are you trying to like look up the stocks on?
No, I was just listening. I'm passing on that one too. I right now I'm not hearing anything that
You're a Scrooge.
tickles my fancy. I'm not
Keeping all your money to yourself.
Well, I can't spend it all till I hear all the offers that are on the table.
Gadamus, what do you think about our GTA Sims mix?
So I know it's gonna sound crazy. I did not partake in GTA.
me neither.
But I think I am going to pull the trigger on this one.
Whoa!
I'm gonna buy into this one. I think I am. I'm in. I'm in. I think this is something doable. We could work this in. We could do this. This is doable.
Sailor Dream.
Microtransactions and all.
Throw in some microtransactions. Throw in some season passes, and we got a deal.
Yeah. We got yeah. You know what I like, baby.
Sailor Dream XOXO, man, you are in it. You're in the game, man.
I buy you. You mine. Mine.
In case anyone was wondering, the GTA franchise is number 13 in the world most profitable gaming franchise.
Damn. And isn't GTA 5 like the highest selling medium, like any piece of media?
Yeah.
What does that mean?
Not just video games, like it's the highest grossing. If you lump in video games, DVDs, CDs, it has sold the most of any piece of media.
Interesting.
Sounds about right.
Sounds impossible.
I mean, I don't know what would have been.
Yeah,
$6 billion.
I mean, if we're just talking about all media, the only other thing I could think that could have beat it is Avatar, the movie.
Yeah, I think but the game cost $150 million to make. It was like
265 million.
Yeah.
265 million?
I don't know. I don't see how it beats Pokemon with movies and animes and all that stuff. Like there's DVDs and all that stuff for that too.
Yeah, but is there a single piece of Pokemon medium that has sold more than GTA 5?
Oh,
yeah,
because it's the only one. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. That's a really specific way to get yourself to the top. So yeah, I get it.
Whatever works.
I didn't write.
I get it.
I didn't write the headline. I'm just the messenger.
Don't hate the player, hate the game, baby.
So we might be getting back to a little bit of a niche here with this next one, but it's kind of scratching a lot of the itches that I got. Right. La Bruja Violetta. I hope I'm saying that right from Discord.
Oh, yeah, of course you didn't mess that up at
Close
all.
enough.
No way you messed that up.
Has always wanted to play an open world murder mystery type game.
A murder mystery open world.
So
Baltimore City. So like Baltimore people are just like,
well, they're not really mysteries for the most part. It's
your
just
brain will fall out of will melt out of your ear if it was like Baltimore. You never solve anything.
All right, given the genre of this pitch, I'm assuming the person's name was Bruja.
Oh. I don't speak Spanish, man. So
anyway,
we were I got into a little more conversation with her, and you know, she's a big fan of the Phoenix Wright games and visual novel games, stuff like that. So she wants to hit that tone, but incorporate it within an open world.
So
So
open
the thing
world
with
murder
okay,
mystery.
Yeah.
So that's just that. I mean, that's basically like any adventure game where you have to go around and talk to townsfolk and all that stuff.
Hmm.
Except instead of trying to, you're trying to like rescue someone or fight someone or blah blah. You're just trying to solve this mystery.
Yeah. I
So
think
it's not that. It's not that like outside of the box.
Yeah.
Just to like put it in perspective,
Hmm.
it's like it wouldn't be like some crazy new thing that people would have. Like a lot of people already play games that are very similar to this.
Absolutely. And there are games that got close to this, but just really weren't that good. Like Murdered Soul Suspect came out in the beginning of last generation, where you were a detective that got killed, but you were a ghost, and the ghost kind of solved crimes. But it was linear levels. It wasn't open world.
Yeah, I mean there were a lot of like point and click adventure games like this back in the day.
Mm-hmm.
So again, it's not like it's a brand new concept or anything. It just people haven't been making games quite like it
Yeah.
for a while.
I don't. So I think what's throwing me off is that when you say open world, you're thinking GTA, you're thinking games like that. So you have to have a lot of repeatable missions. And if it's a murder mystery, I guess you could have mini mysteries where you would solve clues and stuff like that. So I guess it could work.
Yeah.
Yeah, because you have all these people that you're talking to, and then
right.
they're tied in through some convoluted thing, and then you get involved in their side story. Like I could see it.
Yeah.
Like I'm immediately thinking like small mystery, like LA Noire. If anybody's played that, there was a bigger crime, but it was always some like stooge that was also involved. So you had to go and like chase them down and bust them down. So maybe the smaller crimes are you finding
Yeah, I mean,
those like
just if you just picture it taking place in like New York City, you're trying to solve some murder in Brooklyn. I mean, it's a big freaking place, and it's probably going to take you to another borough or something. Like, yeah, I could see it.
I just
had a good idea. Give me that. I'm taking it.
Oh,
I'm taking it.
Ding 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 ding.
I'm taking it.
Allah.
Now I'm gonna tell you why. I'm taking it. Because I see the potential for, just like GTA 5, I see the potential of like mods and people creating their own murder mysteries in this city, and the community will keep the game alive. That's why I'm taking it. I see the game could have longevity if it hits, if it's done right.
We got 2 games in the making. Look at this. Look at this. We're making things happen with the community. La Bruja Violeta.
The Witch.
Your murder mystery open world game is being made. Next up, we got Mad Black Dad.
Okay. Diary of a Mad Black Dad.
Got him is like he wants Soulsborne difficulty. So he wants this game to be as difficult as like Demon Souls, Dark Souls, Bloodborne, such and such.
Nope, already.
Open world play style like Breath of the Wild. Memorable characters like GTA's writing, the way they create characters, and a story on par with Final Fantasy X. He specifically said Final Fantasy X.
The Dark Souls threw me off. I hate. I like watching people play, but as for me playing, no sir.
But remember,
you ain't playing.
Exactly. Remember, you're not the fan.
But
are.
I want to hear more about that zombie MMO because I bought one. I'm one in the game already. I got to save it.
So,
sorry, I don't have any more ideas right now, Mike.
So
you're losing a week now.
To make this pitch more concise, it sounds like he wants an action RPG set in the open world where you're not really being pointed in the right direction, reminiscent of Breath of the Wild or Skyrim. And he wants the difficulty. He definitely wants to strike home that Dark Souls, Bloodborne difficulty, which is popular now. It's created its own subgenre. It's not because nobody's buying them.
Right.
Just
Agreed.
not you.
Yeah, it's not me.
What is difficult about those games?
They're just punishing when you mess up. When you mess up, it's
Yeah.
Yeah.
You literally have to go into a situation.
It's just trial and error.
Yes.
For the most part, yeah.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And he wants that in the combat, I'm guessing.
Yes.
And
with memorable characters like Trevor from GTA 5 and a story on par with Final Fantasy X. Has anybody here played Final Fantasy X? Mike, I assume that's like
Me.
okay. You and J Infinity.
I mean, it's really easy to say that you want this game with, these great characters in this great story. Like, it's a really easy thing to say, Like,
let's assume that he has made this. He has
Yeah.
wrote those cool characters and story in there. He's just like, I don't got time to read you the script.
What's like the setting of this again?
He says specifically. Actually, he doesn't. No. He doesn't say the setting.
Yeah. So is it a Bloodborne look or Breath of Wild look or like what is? Yeah, is it real world setting? I'm assuming it's fantasy because of the gameplay.
Yeah.
And then again, I don't know. You know these crackheads out here, they get to swinging them boards and you dodging them.
Turn-based homeless combat.
Right.
I think they did that in Stick of Truth.
Yeah. Zombie takes a hit of fentanyl and buffs up.
Yeah, and I need more.
Yeah. After reading, this does leave a lot. Like I could get why you would want to know more about this game.
Yeah, because it matters.
Yeah.
Like,
what's the setting? Where, like,
yeah,
what are you doing?
It could just be anything, and that matters a lot.
Mm-hmm.
Like, oh, they're Pokemon, great, that'll sell a lot. They're Disney characters, great, that'll sell a lot. They're just regular freaking people. Who cares? Like, where is this? Like, Wild West? Is this some alternate universe? Like, is this Cowboys versus Aliens? Not a bad idea, by the way.
Hey.
Yeah, I'm not.
That movie was not that good.
No. No.
I think
no, but it's the whole concept of you take this this time period in the setting where these other things don't belong,
right?
And you put them in there, and that can be fun
if done correctly. Of course,
if done correctly.
Yeah.
For Honor did it.
Yeah, they start off bumpy, but that was on them. The game is good now.
Yeah.
Yeah, I need more. I need to know what this game is about.
Jay, you was about to say something?
Yeah, I don't really. I'm gonna have to pass on this
one. All right, we're gonna table that. We'll circle back. Maybe.
Sorry, don't feel bad, man. Just come back with a more concise pitch.
Right. This is not like we're not chastising.
No.
This is constructive.
Constructive criticism.
Yeah, man. This is from Archer. I'm not the spy. This is like I'm assuming it's not the spy. It's just some guy named Archer.
Great show.
Hey, I want a series of games that combines the ideas of the Warcraft universe in terms of it going from a RTS game to a MMORPG. Lord of the Rings in the terms of it being a RTS and an RPG as well, and possibly many other games. Basically something mystical like those, but a series spanning over multiple genres that enables it to tell its story from multiple viewpoints. Yeah, man. So
All
it
right,
sounds
so-
like he's creating like a. He's getting a little ambitious.
The reason why WoW became a thing was because they spent all these years building this world.
Right.
Mhm.
It didn't just start out that way.
Right.
So I get and I like the the forethought of having this whole thing planned out like you're Marvel and you're looking at phase 4. But you gotta start. You need the first piece first.
Right.
And if you pitch us an art like a magical RTS and it has an interesting story and everything, then we can talk. Because I think there's room for that. I do. Because I don't think there's much outside of maybe mobile game.
That's what I was thinking when I was reading this, because I was thinking like, when was the last really successful RTS? But I think maybe MOBAs might be eating RTS's lunch.
I think they are.
Yeah.
And like RTSs are still popular, but not globally like they were.
Right. The ones that do well, and the other ones kind of fall to the wayside.
Yeah, and like again, that style of game. Yeah, I don't know when the last time they had like a new one come out. StarCraft 2 is what, like 2013, something like that.
Yeah.
And that they're already building off of StarCraft, so
Right.
so there's that. But you have StarCraft, which is the sci-fi. You have Warcraft, which they're not making more Warcrafts. But that was the high fantasy kind of deal. You had the Command and Conquer, like Red Alert, and all that, which was more modern. You don't really have much that is that other side of that high fantasy. It's like just like magic, like wizards and all that stuff, and it could be cool. I'd like to see that. If there's like a good enough story and you can make people get into the characters and the story and everything, I could see picking that up and going from there. But just as an RTS, just as that step one, it's tough because you're gambling on so many things. You're like, well, if this is successful, then maybe we could do another one, and then maybe we could do a MOBA, and then maybe we could do this MMO.
Right.
It's tough.
Do y'all remember Xbox? I think this was the 360. They had a franchise called 2 Human.
John just rolled his eyes 360 degrees.
Well, I mean, this one is probably like this was probably worth the eye roll. So there was a game called 2 Human, and before it came out, they were pumping it up as this was going to be a trilogy. This was supposed to be like this was supposed to be. They were already planning it to be Mass Effect before Mass Effect. And 2 Human 1 came out and like nobody bought it.
Except me.
Except Godimus.
Yeah, I was
God, imagine buying something day one.
It just wasn't what they hyped it up to be. The game was just extremely mediocre. And I think that was their problem. Again, like you said, it was this big hype train behind it, this big, man, they threw money at it. And it was, like you said, it was supposed to be the next Mass Effect. And when you got it, it was just like, oh yeah, this is just okay.
It's ass effect.
Oh, ba-da-bam. So
yeah, thank you.
This is another one that's just too broad.
Yeah,
it's basically like plug in my favorite thing and do all these things with it. Like, I've had dreams and aspirations for like my favorite franchises to go that route, but realistically, from a business standpoint, you don't start right. You don't start there. You don't start there. So this I mean, basically, this is a plug and play idea. Very high risk, so I wouldn't touch it.
Another table.
Yeah, table's getting full.
I know.
That zombie MMO is starting to look pretty good.
And Dark Horse is about to go home with all his money.
Hey man, you go out and there's nothing worth buying. You don't buy stuff.
Hey, that's right. I get it. I totally get it. So this one, there's a little more meat on his bone, I guess maybe. He wants he wants a game akin to the Persona games. So like turn-based RPG, very stylistic presentation, but he wants it to be in Mexico. He wants the heroes to be young Lucio. I'm sorry, this person is Honkery. Honkery gave us this idea. So Persona game based in Mexico. The protagonists are all luchadors, and they have some kind of beef with the cartel.
All right, I think I'm in.
Hell yeah!
I like that.
I think I'm in.
That's probably the best.
Yeah,
The best
I mean,
one so far.
like the art style and everything. Sure, that's good. The game style, sure, but you also throw in wrestling.
Oh man,
and that's gonna. A lot of people are gonna be interested. So I'm in. Shotgun.
Imagine a microtransaction selling
selling the
luchador
masks.
outfits, masks.
all different costumes and stuff. Yeah, man. I'm gonna make me some money.
You can collect masks, man. Oh, way to go, JB. Way to go. You got one.
I like money.
Y'all are in too deep. Y'all are already talking about microtransactions and yeah.
Already, that's where it starts. How do I build a game around these microtransactions?
What parts of the game can I keep out and sell them later?
Not enough room for a soundtrack. Unless you buy it.
But no,
actually, I legit think this would be pretty fun.
Hell yeah. Yeah, Persona in a different region, not knocking Japan, but they're all set in Japan. Like a game akin to that, but finally in another nation, especially Mexico.
Yeah, and now like in the gaming world, I don't think that Mexico would have as much of an appeal as far as a setting, but I'm still open to it. Like I recognize that most of the stuff either takes place in like US or Europe or Japan, and there's a reason for it.
Right, yeah.
So you're definitely like it is a risk that I would be willing to take. So I think even like you'll get there are a ton of people playing and buying games in South America. And yes, I know Mexico is in South America, but you're still getting a lot of the Spanish speaking community on board with a lot of the stuff you're doing there. But yeah, either way, I think this game would be cool. Setting in Mexico is a risk, but a small one worth taking, in my opinion.
And like you said,
Mike's out there trying to steal it from me.
He's running to your house, running to your house as we speak. That was my game. No, yeah, I'm with you. And then the tie-in with the wrestling too. Like wrestling combat is not used as much as you think it would be in video games.
Right.
And when it's done, it's. I've never played a game that had wrestling in a wrestling mechanic in it that wasn't fun, unless it was like a WWE game that sucked.
Yeah, I've played some bad wrestling games.
Yeah. But I mean, like not an actual wrestling game, but maybe I'm saying a game with wrestling mechanics in it, like a Def Jam Fight for New York.
Like, that was an awesome one.
Yeah, WWE sucks. A majority of their games, like they get it right sometimes, but
I mean, it was once they changed to WWE. All the WWF games are.
Oh yeah.
Not all of them. Sorry, the ones made by THQ AKI.
Yeah.
Because actually, THQ made WCW Nitro, and the game sucks.
Oh man, that game is.
But that came out before, I think, like the Revenge and World Tour and all those.
Yeah, that game is.
But it sucks.
I bought that game just off because I seen it in stores. It was displayed in stores, and They had the FMV videos of all the
Which
wrestlers.
one?
Nitro.
Oh, Nitro.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it had all the real videos of the wrestlers introducing themselves. I was like, man, this looks cool. And then you get to the gameplay, I was like, this is dog
It's it's really clunky.
Oh.
It's really clunky. I had someone hopped in my chat last night. They were like, "Oh, hey, I went and beat your record in WCW Nitro," and I was like, "Good," because it was like no one had, it was another game I threw up on speedrun because no one had played it. So I just put my run up there, and then I went back and I'm like, all right, now I got to beat this guy's record. I got to play this freaking game again.
Oh,
but yeah, it's not good.
Another game that's not a wrestling game but has wrestling combat is No More Heroes. The grappling moves in that is
okay.
moves, and it's really cool. So last game, I think I said 8. So last one
you
is
said 8.
Okay. This one is
Hey, that was number 7.
Yeah, man. Y'all were quick to say no to a lot of stuff. That's why we're go back. Because maybe y'all
were quick to not give us enough information.
I don't think y'all heard me well, so I'm gonna go back and we're gonna give them But this one is an interesting one too. Skiga from Discord.
Skiga, not
Sky a battle royale pinball game. So he compares this to
dude, I'm in.
Yeah,
don't you already have 2?
No, this will be his second one.
No, they just used all my ideas for the zombie game.
So he said he compares it to be akin to Tetris 99, but instead of Tetris, it's pinball.
That's immediately what I thought.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's simplistic but cool. I think I'm in on that one too. I like it.
You can put it on mobile also. Microtransactions for sure. all the different background for the machines. Yep.
I like you.
Soundtrack. I actually think that could be very broadly popular.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we can get Daft Punk to do the soundtrack.
Nah, they just broke up.
Yeah, that was the plan.
Get him to come out of retirement.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, you guys remember how freaking popular pinball games were in the 80s and 90s?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And yeah, the battle royale aspect, and with the success of Tetris 99, you do visuals and a soundtrack, kind of like Tetris Effect. I'm in.
Mm-hmm. Agreed. I like you.
I wonder how well those digital pinball games that have been on sale on console for a very long time, and they continue to make new skins for it. I can't remember what it's called.
Was FX Pinball?
Yes, FX Pinball. Yeah. I wonder how successful they are because they
they keep doing them.
Yeah,
and same thing. They just add different skins. If you want to play a Star Wars theme one, you just buy this. Yeah, and Marvel Heroes, they seem to do pretty well. So why not step it up and battle royale ties it?
Yeah. So for y'all that aren't familiar, so FX Pinball is it's a free to play game. Sort of. It's how it looks in the store. So you download the game, and it's really just a shell. Mm-hmm. And it's really kind of just a storefront. You got to go in, and then you have to buy the pinball machines to go in and play. And I think they're I don't remember how much they cost, but they have licenses for a ton of successful franchises. They have a Star Wars machine, they have a Walking Dead machine, and that thing's got to be making money, I would imagine.
Yeah, if you can afford Marvel, you're making some money.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think this definitely is a no-brainer, and it's definitely.
Yeah.
I would want to crown this as maybe the most unique idea.
And most simplistic. It was just
how funny is it that you're crowning most unique to the one that started with Battle Royale?
We need another one of those.
I like my zombie MMO idea.
I think that's dope.
I'm not buying it. Because the last 2 that we talked about are definitely going to be the ones that make the most money.
Yeah.
Which is all I care.
As a CEO, where's my money?
Yeah, I definitely think that's a dope one. Sorry.
Yeah, so I picked the
I want to play that.
I picked the GTA 6 one, and I picked the pinball one. So I picked 2 because we had to pick 2, right?
Yes.
Well, your max was 2.
Your max is 2. You don't have to pick 2.
All right. All right. Well, I maxed out.
So you and JB are going to work together on
On the pinball game.
We'll see if I give you an extra week, Mike.
Yeah, okay. All right. The tables are turned, doctor.
I bought myself so many weeks now.
Yeah, I was
I
about
have,
to say.
I have a controlling stake.
Yeah, he does. He's been rolling. He's been coming up with some big ideas. So.
And by the way, if you're out there and you're like, damn man, I want to participate on episodes like this and submit my ideas and do that cool stuff, all that stuff came from the Discord server. And you
Yes.
Yeah, man. Join our Discord.
Join our
Link in the
Discord.
description below.
Absolutely.
Right.
Whoever's on the bottom can do that.
It's
That's
right
me,
on.
I'm on the
It's right on John's head. But yeah, definitely join that Discord.
Yeah.
So doubling back to the ones that weren't picked up, nobody did zombie MMORPG, right?
Right.
Now that we've heard all the ideas, nobody wants to change their mind and pick up zombie MMORPG.
No, I'm maxed out. I'm good. I'm good.
Hopefully, you guys go read Legend.
I would like to.
It's a really short book. It's probably like 200 times.
We have the SimCity Pandemic game, SimCity XCOM Pandemic game. We have. Did somebody bite on the open world murder mystery game?
I did.
Yeah,
Okay.
John did. For the modders.
For the modders.
I don't think he's wrong too. I think that there's a lot of potential in that.
We have the Soulsborne difficulty open world Breath of the Wild with a cool story and character that we don't know about yet.
I got this idea. What's the idea?
Well, it's sort of an idea. It's like the shell of an idea.
And we have the high fantasy MCU thing where he wants to do the RTS and the MMOs and the RPGs and the town simulators.
You know what? You know what though?
What?
I don't want to keep. I think they've tried that a couple of times actually. I think they've tried it with Wheel of Time, and you see we still don't have a Wheel of Time game.
Oh.
Yeah, because they So Wheel of Time is like a very popular fantasy series books. So Mike, you wouldn't know.
I'm about to say.
And there's a lot of them. Like there's
oh my god.
And it kind of rivals like so. Wheel of Time probably has more books than probably any fantasy series out there. As
far as like the main series, yeah. I think it's like 13. But I mean, the dude died.
Yeah.
And then crap.
Someone picked.
Who is it that who finished it? The name is. I'd get it in a multiple choice.
Hold up, I'm gonna look it up now.
It's not Joe Abercrombie. Now it's gonna bother me.
Don't you hate that? You're gonna be like in the middle of doing something random. You're gonna be like, "Da!" I do that.
Shooting heroin. Oh, I know, John Rambo.
Brandon Sanderson.
Brandon
Sanderson, who also did the Mistborn series, which is very good. But yeah, Wheel of Time, it's a massive series. I mean, there's so much potential there for any sort of media, and it just
didn't do anything.
Because because the thing is like the world is so big and the stories, you just can't. You couldn't trim it down to like a trilogy.
Mm-hmm.
If you did a trilogy, I could only do 1 or 2 books in a trilogy, and then even still.
And even if you tried condensing it into a TV series, I mean, you're looking at 10 plus seasons,
right?
And like, it's just not going to happen.
There's a total of 14 books in the main series.
It was 14.
So, I put the call out for pitches on Instagram story at first. Then I realized this is probably not a good forum for complex ideas like this.
Right.
So I do have one from IG Story that's like it's pretty short. It's crime fighting ninja cats. That's it.
That's it?
That's
Crime
all
fighting
they
ninja cats.
that's all they could fit in
So
there. So like Teenage
so
Mutant Ninja Turtles, but
samurai
Yeah.
pizza cats.
Yeah, so I mean,
dude.
just co-op beat 'em up.
Yeah.
Crime fighting ninja cats. I'm sure it'd be super fun.
I thought up until this point, I thought Samurai Pizza Cats was like a fever dream I had. I had no idea that was a real thing. I just thought,
Yes, sir.
what the hell? Just blew my mind. I don't know. Samurai Pizza Cats was just always in the back of my head. I don't know why.
Right. Just living there rent free.
So it's
Okay, I mean, I guess you could do something with that.
I think so, man. If you depending on the design, make them cute, make them like merchable.
So that would be actually. I'm gonna take that because just like you said, the first thing that popped in my mind was merchandise. Like
Mhm.
I'll put out a game, but if the designs are actually good enough, I think we could. It's a win on licensing out the design.
That's where you insert a clip of yogurt from Spaceballs.
Give me that. Give me the crime fighting
ninja
cats,
cats.
samurai ninja cats.
You can make them sell pizza if you want, I guess. I don't think they're going to be hung up.
Yeah, too much.
I think that'd be fun too.
Look at that.
I mean, really, like any like 16-bit co-op beat 'em up. Like,
oh my
Yeah,
god!
you can't go wrong with it.
yeah.
Just River City Ransom ties it, and you're all good to go.
And then you make it the ninja cats, and it appeals to a younger audience, and
Mhm.
port it to mobile, and easy.
Look at you, all the ideas.
Speaking of beat 'em ups, like the people who made the Scott Pilgrim beat 'em up are partnering with .emu to make that sequel to Turtles in Time.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
That 5 seconds of gameplay looked exactly like Turtles of Time, so I'm gonna need to see more.
It's like, okay, you're just gonna spend all the budget recreating the intro to Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
Yeah. Verbatim.
A lot of potential though.
Oh hell yeah, man! If it's not two indie developers that I trust, it's them. So hell yeah, man!
As long as they put Mr. Popo in it, I'm
No, what?
good.
You can put Mr. Popo in John's open world murder mystery.
Well, then I'm in. All right. I'll subcontract.
Put him in there as a victim, maybe.
Gotta mod him in.
Meanwhile, I found Ninja Cats online. I just set the link.
Yes.
I think I score. I think I scored big with this one, guys.
Hey, so we did it. That's the first ever. I think nobody has ever done anything like this. We have done the first Game Shark Tank.
We need to keep this up. Next time, hopefully, maybe we can ask some people to submit some makeshift box art, and of course, give a little more information. And let's make a thing out of this.
We could also give ourselves a budget.
I'll put up a prize too,
so that we could.
Yeah, give a prize.
Because if we have a budget, then we can like actually compete with each other for who buys what.
Right.
Yeah. I'll put more thought into it.
I mean, no. What you have is good. We just need to elaborate on it. Yeah, this is great.
Building on it.
Yeah, we just build on it. This is
like some of these ideas we heard today. They're good ideas.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
And they just, you need to build on.
Hell yeah, man. So yeah, man, thank you everybody who submitted ideas, man. Keep those ideas coming.
Yeah, keep them coming. And as always, if you have any questions or comments, please go to the website www.mapgametech.com. You can check us on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter at MAP Game Tech. Don't forget, check all our streams on YouTube, MAP Technologies. And as always, thank you to our awesome hostesses and host eyes. And the rest of y'all be cool. How y'all be cool? We check y'all next week. Peace.
Bye.